and welcome to the Holy Land Guide. I'm standing today on Palm Sunday Road, where Jesus made his triumphant entry to the holy city of Jerusalem. Today I'm going to talk about the event where Jesus stopped and prophesied the destruction of the temple and the city of Jerusalem. There is a beautiful church that commemorates this event. It's called Dominus Flevit. Let's go there and talk about this event. So we have arrived to the church. This is Dominus Flevit Church. This is the entrance of the church. We can see the cross that belongs to the Franciscan order, Roman Catholic Church. And we are on the slopes of the Mount of Olives. You can see the olive trees all around the place. Also, when they did the excavations for the church, they discovered a necropolis. Necropolis means cemetery, which is necro means dead, and polis means city. So, city of the dead. You can see inside that they found burial niches, burial sarcophages. These are from the 1st century BC and 1st century AD. Now we are going towards the church. This church is connected to Jesus' triumphant entry to Jerusalem, where he stopped at this place on his way to the temple and wept over Jerusalem and prophesied the destruction of the temple and Jerusalem, which came true in the year 70 AD when the Roman army destroyed Jerusalem. We can read this story in the book of Luke from the Bible, chapter 19. This is the modern church that was built in 1956. Before this church, there was a church that was built here in the 5th century. It was later destroyed during the Persian invasion in 614 in the 7th century. And then this modern church was rebuilt by the Franciscan order. So when Jesus arrived here, overlooked Jerusalem and the temple, and he wept over it and prophesied the destruction. We recall from the Bible that Jesus wept 2 times. He wept in this place over the destruction of Jerusalem, and then he wept in Bethany over the death of his beloved friend Lazarus. So, this church is designed by the famous Italian architect Antonio Barluzzi. And in the design, Antonio Barluzzi used the Bible story, the history of the place, and the remains from the Byzantine church. We can see there that there is 2 columns, remains from the older church. And you can notice that the church shape is like a teardrop, to symbolize Jesus' tears. And in Arabic, this church is called the Tear Church. And on the corners, we can see 3 of them. There is the 4th one on the other side. Tear collectors. These tear collectors were used by women in biblical time to collect their tears as symbol of respect. And then the tear collectors buried with the deceased. Also, another interesting aspect in this place is this tree. You can see this tree. It's called the tree of thorns. This where they made Jesus' crown of thorns from this tree. Its name is Sisyphus spina Christi, but it is known as the tree of thorns. You can see here is one tree, and then another. Now we are going to go inside the church. Here, when they did also the excavation just outside the entrance of the church, they discovered a mosaic from the Byzantine church, mosaic from the 5th century, depicts fruits, vegetables, fish and flowers, showing the importance of agriculture in that period. Now we will enter to the church, small church, but beautiful. And of course, the most beautiful view just behind the apse. There is an interesting fact about this apse that it faces west, because Antonio Barluzzi wanted the apse to face Jerusalem, so people who are praying here can see the same view that Jesus saw when he wept over the destruction of Jerusalem. The common thing about the apses in the churches is to face east. But there is only 2 churches where the apse face west in the Holy Land. This is one of them. Under the apse, you can see a mosaic depicting a hen gathering its chicks under her wings, symbolizing Jesus as he is giving himself instead of his children, instead of us. We can read this story in the book of Luke, chapter 13. Of course, now there is no tourists because of the war situation in the country, but hopefully people will come back. Usually this place is packed with people, and we can see 2 flags, the Roman Catholic flags with the 5 crosses, the big cross and 4 small crosses, and the Vatican flag. This church is maintained by the Roman Catholic Church. Enjoyed the place. You can leave any comment or ask any questions, and I will be happy to answer. Also, you can take a deeper look all around the place, watching my 360 degrees videos about it. Thank you, and see you in the next video.